Hello again, YouTube. Welcome to iSuit Connecticut. I'm your host, Robert G. Today we are assembling my Engwe X26 folding electric bicycle. The X26 is a folding e-bike with a 1200 watt peak hub motor and two 48 volt lithium batteries. The two batteries have a combined total of 29.2 amp hours. Currently it comes in black and gray. As you can see, I have the gray, which I think is the better color. I want to get the handlebars and stem on first. It's pretty easy, but please take your time. The bolts are small and need to be tightened evenly. You do not want to risk stripping any threads. The stem is turned around for shipping. You need to loosen it, turn it forward, and then tighten it back up. Now remove the end plate of the stem and hold the bars in place. Replace the plate and bolts. Tighten the bolts evenly. If you have a second person, they can hold the bars during that step. You may have to loosen the display to get at all the bolts. Now just snug down the bolts for now. Wait until you sit on the bike and make any final adjustments to really tighten the bolts down hard. There are a few different ways to get the front tire on. You can flip the bike upside down, lay it on its side, or just lift up the front forks. All these methods work better with a helper as the X26 is quite heavy. I chose to flip the bike over. You cannot see from the camera angle, but I have foam padding under the handlebars to protect the display and other controls. I already loosened the shipping axle spacer and removed the nuts and hook washers. Make sure the brake rotor is on the correct side and lines up with the pads and calipers as you put the wheel on. Wait until the last minute to remove the plastic spacer in between the brake pads. Drop in the wheel, reinstall the hook washers and nuts. There you go. Putting the headlight on is self-explanatory. Since there are no fenders, it's actually easier than other e-bikes. My only tip is to wait until the last minute to remove the foam wrapping. I have not gone through all the instructions yet, but I saw other YouTube videos where the light actually goes on and off automatically. Cool! Putting the pedals on a bicycle is my favorite part. If you're not familiar with bicycle pedals, they are specific to each side. This is the left side and they are reverse threaded. Turn counterclockwise to tighten. I also added some white grease to the threads off camera. This is the right side and the pedals have standard threads. Turn clockwise to tighten. The X26 has a really nice rear taillight. Engwe ships it unmounted. I assume that is to protect it better. There's not a lot of slack in the cable, but I was able to get it on easily. Be warned, the washers and nuts are small and easy to drop and lose. Okay, we are on to the rear pad. There's a lot of chatter on the internet about this pad. There are no rear pegs, so this is not a seat. It's just for looks. Being a very tall bike, I also would not recommend replacing it with a rack or a basket. I might go back and add some soft saddlebags for storage later on though. To mount the pad, just remove the single screw, slide the pad on, and then reinstall the screw. Besides handling the extra weight of the bike, mounting the seat to the seat post battery is the hardest part of assembling the X26. I finally used blue painter's tape to hold the clamp together while I inserted the bolt. If anyone has any tips on how to easily do this step, please let me know in the comments. Perhaps I should have read the directions first. Maybe there were some tips in there. If you have a first generation X26, you will use this cable to switch between batteries. This is the newer generation X26, so just leave the connector attached to the seat post battery. The batteries are blended and will use both at the same time. It was difficult to capture this particular step on video, so I'm just adding a photograph. The connector for the display is disconnected from the factory. You will need to carefully connect it after mounting the handlebars. Please be very careful. Did I say please be very careful? The pins on the connector are small and easy to accidentally bend. Hooray! We are all done. I just took the X26 up and down the street. Well, I thought it was up and down the street, but it quickly turned into an 8-mile ride. I'll go through now and retighten everything. Plus, it looks like I put the seat on a little crooked. That's an easy fix. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting testing videos of the Engwe X26 shortly.